St. Vincent's, thanks very much. Well, one question looms in the minds of Americans. Who is responsible? Well, possible suspects are emerging in this terrorist attack.
And Fox's Todd Connor is live now from Fox Central with this late-breaking story. Todd?
That's right, Rick and Lori. As you know, the newspaper is starting to hit the newsstands this morning, and one of the stories from the Boston Herald has apparently led police to, or the story is about police finding some possible suspects out of Logan International Airport in Boston. The story goes that authorities in Massachusetts have identified at least 5 Arab men as suspects. They launched from Logan International Airport. Police seized in the central parking garage a car filled with Arabic language flight training manuals, according to the source for the Boston Herald. Now, 2 of the men whose passports were traced to United Arab Emirates were brothers, one of whom was a trained pilot, according to this source. Now, at least 2 other suspects flew into Logan yesterday from Portland, Maine, where authorities believe they had traveled to after crossing over from Canada. Once in the air, according to this source of the Boston Herald, the hijackers in one of the 2 planes that left Boston that hit the Twin Towers began killing flight attendants in order to lure a pilot out of the cockpit and then take over the plane. They started killing stewardesses in the back of a plane as a diversion. The pilot came back to help, and that is how they got into the cockpit, according to the source. The suspects apparently had no guns, but used shaving kits and other carry-on luggage to smuggle knife-like weapons made up of plastic handles with razor blades inserted into those handles. That's what they used as their weapons, according to this source for the Boston Herald. People were calling the plane, as we've heard many reports, you 2 have reported, saying they were going to die. They were calling 911. In fact, one stewardess called her husband to say goodbye. Now, how did the authorities find this rental car in the first place? It's believed they were led to the rental car by a civilian who got into an altercation, he says, with several Arab men as they were parking their car. This man had gotten onto a flight, flew to his location, and it wasn't until he got off his flight yesterday and heard the news about the plane crashes and the hijacking that this came back to him about his altercation with these gentlemen in this parking garage. Well, he called authorities, and authorities traced his story back to this car, and that's how they found this car at Logan International Airport. Again, just to recap, this car apparently filled with Arabic language flight training manuals, and they found some passports, apparently, according to this story in the Boston Herald, and one of those passports belongs to a gentleman from the United Arab Emirates who is a trained pilot. Whether these men are really suspects in this or not, I'm sure we'll find out in the days to come, but that's the latest story hitting the newsstands this morning in the Boston Herald. Lori and Rick, back to you.